I guess it's the love for the music, the fashion. Some people come from different angles.
The music. I get to dress up every Friday like it's Halloween. It's a great atmosphere and there's a lot of energy.
It's the openness, the sexuality of the whole thing. It's we're people, we're sexual beings.
I always loved Gothic art. I lived in New York City for 10 years.
I think that I am very much a free spirit. I don't like to label myself if that's what you're asking me to do.
In the beginning, I didn't really know what to expect. I saw the black, the piercings, and the spikes like everyone else, and to tell you the truth, I did make judgments. Maybe I'm here today to find something else. Welcome to the Funhouse. What about goth is that you enjoy so much, or why did you ever get involved in this, basically?
Basically, it's something to be different, you know, because most people aren't different. They do the same shit, and it really sucks. So I became goth for one reason only, to be, you know, different from everybody else. I had my own views and everything else, so, hey, what's up? But, you know, being goth is really good, so it's cool.
2 words, self-expression.
My name is Trinity. I got into the whole goth scene when I was 16. Basically, I have no real explanation for it. Only the fact that I was an outcast all my life, and this is the only way I was accepted. You know, the whole goth exterior. You know, the whole scene. I'm into the scene. You're accepted by the way you look. Excuse me, I'm trying to speak here.
She's evil.
Yes. Well, I'm not evil. I'm sweet. Okay, sweet. But no. I'm trying to say here is that no, I'm accepted. I feel accepted.
We're here at a club, basically. We're just trying to figure out just about the goth culture. I was told that there's lots of different kinds of people go here, you know, vamps, goths, whatever. We're here to check it out, just to get their story, what it's all about, basically. And let's go in, man. Get out.
Here every week at the Funhouse.
How big is the goth culture in New York City?
It was a lot bigger a few years ago. It's a little more eclectic now. It's a little mixed with the fetish and the vampires now. So it's gothic, fetish, vamp with S&M in it.
Well, how did you get into the goth culture?
I was born into it
So how did you know that you were born into it?
because I've always had, like, I was always different and I always knew there was something more and all that, and I always researched it.
What do you like about the whole dark side, the goth culture, the most?
Freedom.
What do you consider yourself as, through all these different kinds of people, what do you consider yourself as?
A actual birth vampire.
And how did you basically got started into it? What basically?
Oh, God. This has to go back to my Catholic school days where I basically figured out, you know what, I like the extreme dark side of things, and basically developed from there. And once I realized my true nature, it was just like, okay, this is interesting, and it's been fun.
A friend of mine. A friend of mine I went to school with that I met at school. He started taking me to all the clubs, so that's how I got into it. And I just like the style. You know, I don't know if I consider myself like in the culture, but you know, I like the look.
How about the other stuff, like the dominatrix stuff and the vamp stuff? Are you into that, or?
Not really the dominatrix stuff, but I like vampire flicks. I like vampires.
Gothic people are very delicate, very reserved, very depressed. That's the style, being depressed. They like Gothic love horror. They like horror, they like death. It's not that they want to die, it's just it's a style. They love the paint, the face painted. They love the spiky hair, black clothing. Here, the goth that come here love fetish, so they're more outgoing. It's a different type of goth crowd, but I'm spoiling them.
When you come to a club like this, what do you look forward to? What do you want to see in a club like this?
I like to see a younger crowd. I like to see people that could dance, express themselves. I like. I'm gay, so I like bisexual men, more or less straight men that want to experiment, and some that's here as well.
So, how'd you guys hear about this club?
I think she found it on a website.
And what are you guys doing here?
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
We're trying to find vampires, which is like, I guess, a subculture of goth, to try and interview them.
Do you really believe the vampires are just people who think they are, or?
We do, and we would like to interview one. Or two.
Have you guys done a lot of studies about vampires and stuff like that?
We've done a little research.
We're researching,
a little bit.
What are some of the characteristics of spotting a vampire, let's just say, in a club like this?
Teeth. And the eyes.
Those are some of the easiest ways. I mean, not all of them have teeth or eyes, but they're the easiest way to spot them. And then if they have friends who are vampires without teeth or whatever, we can talk to them afterwards.
So what do you guys think about the whole general goth culture? What's your opinion on it?
I think it's great. I'm sorry, I'm a little...
I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's a little different than like the whole hip hop thing. So I don't know. I like it. This is the first time here, so.
What do you enjoy about it? What's your favorite thing?
I don't know. I think it's the atmosphere. People are usually pretty nice. So far, I don't know.
Personally, I like its difference from almost everything else. I also like the heavy electronic feel of it, the darkness. Trying to think of
What? A lot of the people are a lot nicer, like, the biker persona. If you ever met a biker and shake their hand and realize they're real nice, the goth kids are just the same. And people take it and think that all the goth kids are into suicide and stuff. No, they're not.
How did you get into this?
How did I get into it? It was more of a thing where growing up, you were kind of different, so you found your own way into it, and you just kind of started realizing that other kids were just like you and like the darkness too. So you kind of got in with those kids, and they were like, hey, let's dress like this, and then I met him.
What do you enjoy the most about coming to a party like this? What do you enjoy the most?
the music and the spectacle of watching people who really enjoy this weird stuff, like S&M. We have people who like to be stepped on. We have people who like to be hit. It's just like a weird, eclectic mix of people.
I like hitting them.
What?
I like hitting them.
People. I'm beating her because she wants to be beaten, and this is consensual. She wants a t-shirt, and this is the offer. You want a t-shirt, you gotta take 10. That's just the way it is. Are you ready, bitch? I'm fucking you up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, harder. 4. By the way, this is leather and has a metal piece in the center, in case you're wondering. What number was I on? 4. Oh, you guys are nice. 5. You little tramp. You little whore. I'm gonna send you back home. 5. 6. You fucking whore. Hey, I can say that. Fuck that. You guys chill. 6. I'm going for 7 because she's already. Who's calling me? Alright. Hey, is that 8? Oh, 7. So you're not that nice. Oh, shit. Let me rub it down. Pull it down. Are you ready? That should wake you up when you're drunk. This your whore.
When you see things like that, people getting spanked with paddles, what do you say to yourself?
That's pathetic. It's funny though.
Would you enjoy something like that, or would you want to go up there and?
If I were getting paid to smack them, I would do it, but it'd have to be a lot of money.
I don't know if you were here, but about 10 minutes ago there was a girl up there getting spanked with a paddle.
Right.
What do you think? You think you'd enjoy something like that, or would you ever be into that kind of stuff?
I wouldn't want to get paddled, but I would want to paddle somebody.
Nah, I was just like, wow, I was overblown because I never seen anything like that. So
I thought it was cool.
So,
What's the usual transition from the goth for yourself? What was that transition?
I went from gothic music to industrial music, which went a little more active, less depressing, less moody, more active. And then when I went and got involved with the fetish stuff, it became very outgoing. But yet you realize why you wore the collars, and you found out why you wear the bracelets and the corsets. Where in gothic themes, they wear them, but they don't have any knowledge of the fetish behind it. So here at Funhouse, everyone understands why the collars are wore. So it's like you learn. In gothic cultures, those are just fashionable pieces. They don't really use them, like for S&M purposes. Here you do. Here the corsets are tight, the bracelets are used to do the bondage. And I don't know if you guys know, but where gothic originated from, I'm actually trying to figure out myself, but I believe it came from the punk scene, the punk rockers. They started wearing the bondage gear because I think one of the members of the Sex Pistols or something, their wife or something was a mistress, and she geared up the guys with the bondage gear. So it looked cool, and then they wore the flannels, the red, the flannels, and the bondage gear. And then I guess with the rock music, they started the black, wear black bondage, and there came gothic music.
So it's my first time here, and people are telling me there's different kinds of groups of people that come here. Which group would you fit in?
Well, actually, I consider myself to be multicultural because I spread across the gothic, the vampire, and the fetish groups.
How did you ever get involved into this, basically?
It was just a matter of me getting out of the rut I was in and just coming out and seeing what was out here. It took a couple of friends to finally drag me from my home and ask me to come and hang out with them, and then after a while, it just grew on me.
What do you enjoy best about something like this?
The diversity, the people, the atmosphere. It's just all. It's something that I look forward to every Friday.
What do you like best about the whole goth, vamp, S&M stuff? What basically brings you to these clubs? What does it for you?
Spanking ass. Spanking ass.
Spanking, and
It's
I like
all about the spanking.
It's all about the spanking, and I like the lack of inhibition.
So when you see like a girl up there getting spanked with a hard paddle, what's your first impression? Is this like regular, no problem, another day?
Turn on. It's a big turn on.
You walk down the street and do that, you're gonna get arrested. So why not come here and watch it, or
Exactly.
be part of it?
It'll be part of it and just have fun and just not worry about a thing.
So what would you say to those people, who hear about the S&M, when they think it's gross, disgusting, it's disturbing? What would you say to those kind of people who maybe want to do it but are sort of afraid of doing it? What would your tip be, or opinion, or whatever on
They're
that?
obviously closeted, and I really want to do it, but maybe they have too much of a religious upbringing.
Right. I would recommend they just leave everything at the door and just walk in and have a good time and just
Totally.
let it all hang out. Nobody's judging anyone here.
I actually tell these people to be patient. It looks more than what it is. These people are very peaceful. These are like hippies. They're very calm people. They just look that way. It's their form of expression, and they're not here to hurt anyone. They're very into themselves and loners. They're loners basically, and they love to gather in bunches, and they just want to be dark. It's just like a guy that wants to be a heavy metal headbanger. That's more of an active style. Goth is more of a calm style, very neutral. So I say to all the people out there, if you see a guy with a collar, he's actually expressing himself and should be appreciative. You can really see the true self. He's not concealing anything. So
What do you feel about the whole negative point of view on goth? When people see kids wearing blacks, the collars, the whole, they think Satanism, they think crazy kind of things. What would you say to people like those?
Well, they don't know the difference. I mean, maybe for them, people who are gothic, maybe it suits them even better. I mean, they probably feel more comfortable. For those people who make fun of them, it's like they don't understand it. I mean, they believe, okay, it's Satan worshiping. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a culture of this. Maybe they like to believe in that. I mean, me, I get teased for it all the time. I'm like, you know what? You don't know my lifestyle. It's me. It's not you. So don't make fun of something you don't understand.
About half an hour ago, there was a girl getting spanked on stage with a paddle. What's your first impression of that kind of thing?
Who, the skinny girl with the glasses?
Yeah.
Oh, she's my ex-girlfriend.
Really?
So basically, to me, I'm like, haha. So I kind of knew her personally. She thought she was a dom, but obviously her true color shows that she's more of a sub.
Well, we're mostly us guys, us kind of people, is that we're dressed like this is because we want to dress like this. You know, we don't care what any person say or anything like that. Mostly, I was born like this. You know, I was naturally born like this. And I really do not care what anybody say. This is how we feel. It's like, you know, gay people, gay guys, homosexual, transsexual, they feel what they want to feel. You know, mostly a lot of people, they want to talk about them and everything like that. Oh, like, yo, this guy is going with another guy and everything. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you is.
I'm a goth. I dress the way I want. People don't like it. That's fine, as long as they respect me. Personally, I've gotten into a lot of shit because of this, and basically, I don't really care about it because I'm a pacifist, and I just wish that people could be more accepting to what we like, you know, because we gotta get along in society someday. And someday there's gonna be a major event where everyone's gonna like come together and realize that we're all human, no matter what people claim, no matter what people do. And we're all gonna get it together, and it's just gonna be that way.
Well, I feel that everybody everybody has the right to be who and what they are, no matter where no matter what they're into. I mean, for me, this is an everyday. This is how I express myself. This is how I feel. This is how I look, and I enjoy it immensely. Anybody has any questions? It's like sometimes I'll pull somebody from where they are. Like, say they'll be looking but trying not to look, and I'll look at them and I'll be like, "Don't look, just ask." It's like, any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
What can you expect on a night like this at the Funhouse, at this kind of party? What some of the things I can expect as the hours go by?
Yes, there's a little thing that these guys do. I noticed. When you say fetish, that means fashion around here. So that means they love to look fetishy. They reflect their styles. When you say S&M, it means they don't dress up. They just come to the play. So when I hear a S&M party, you clearly know that it's not going to be a very visual party. But when you say fetish, this is a fetish party. Funhouse represents fetish. That means it's a mixed crowd, and as soon as their body starts flowing, energy starts moving, later on this crowd starts motivating and they start playing with each other. Some are whipping each other's, spanking each other's. There'll be shows on stage. Some are going to start dancing on nonstop. And again, because it is a fetish mixed crowd and the Funhouse, mixed night, they're more outgoing. So this area is going to be full of people later. There'll be some on the floor doing foot massages because it's very inviting. They all seem to come to accept it, you know, so here at least.
We're just up there with about 100 people around you. You're getting 10 hard spanks without. How do you feel about that, basically? Or would you tell me about it, the experience?
Dude, the whole thing is the whole tantric thing. I just imagined that I was somewhere else, basically.
Did you enjoy something like that? Do you enjoy that? Do you like it often, something like that?
I really don't enjoy it, but I'm used to it. My husband used to beat me, so I'm used to it.
Is there any kind of form of release, basically, when you come to these kind of clubs? Is there a form for you sort of to let it all out? Would you, if you can say that?
Definitely. Every time I go to this club, it's like releasing some kind of energy. And every time I come to this club, I release some kind of frustrations. And it feels very good.
What would you say to those people who are look at you and they want to try it, but they're afraid of doing it? You know, they're afraid of sort of getting spanked. Or what would you say to those kind of people who, you know, who are sort of afraid to step to the dark side or whatever, and step over the line?
What should I say to them?
What would you message to them? To people who are afraid, who want to do it, are afraid to get up there and to be spanked or just to get them released, what would you say to them?
I wouldn't say, if they're afraid of it, I would just say just take their time. It just takes time. Because I was afraid of it before. And, shit, I was afraid of it before. And I just wind up trying it.
How did you get over the fear?
It's like I said, my husband used to beat me.
After everything is said and done, it doesn't really matter who you are or what you are. The only thing that really counts is how free you feel.